Sherm and his two friends, Anthony Vaughn and John Smith, and they brought picks and shovels and pry bars and buckets and everything they could lay their hands on, and came over to Oak Island and started to dig. Well, they didn't need the picks and the pry bars. All they needed was a shovel and a bucket, because as they started to dig down, they noticed that it was loose soil. It wasn't virgin soil. And they got down about 2 feet and hit a layer of flagstones. Now, flagstones are not native to Oak Island. There's some stories that actually there were markings on the flagstones. They've since disappeared. Surprise, surprise. So they got down to 10 feet and they hit a layer of oak logs which were embedded into the sides of the shaft. And they could see, as they're going down, they could see the pit marks into the shaft, sides of the shaft. And this is a hard, red, compacted clay. Complements of the glaciers that went through here, right? So this is very heavily compacted earth. But the soil that they were going through was quite loose. They got down to 20 feet. Again, through soil and what have you, very loose soil, and another layer of oak logs. Now, some stories that they stopped at 25, some stories that they stopped at 30. It doesn't matter. They just realized that this was too much for 3 young boys to do. So what they decided to do was try to interest someone in coming over here and searching, because they were looking for quote-unquote pirate treasure. This started out as about a 6 or 8 inch borehole, and from between 140 and 160 feet, they brought up bits of oak, bits of spruce, some bits of metal, and also some links of a chain. And part of those, samples of those, are actually in our tour building that came from 10X. Now, when that happened, they got very excited. Or certainly Dan Blankenship got excited. And what he wanted to do was excavate this more. Dan believed that this was an entry point into a treasure cache on Oak Island. That's basically what he thought. Now, so what they did is they brought in a rotary drill, and it would drill a 28-inch wide hole. Then they brought in steel casing, and this was cased down to, eventually down to 180 feet. This is 27-inch casing. The reason it's at 8 feet now is that Dan almost got killed in this. And when we go outside, I'll show you and tell you that story about Dan Blankenship.